Ben, go ahead.
Nick, it looked like you guys kind of did it by committee without Chris tonight. Do you think that's kind of going to have to be the way that you withstand this terrible blow here?
Well, we're a team that had 5 guys in double figures coming in. So that's really who we are. I think we can still be a great offensive team. I think we got to get David Singleton and Jake going. I got to find ways to get those guys going more minutes and offensively. Jalen Clark's going to be big for us in the future. We're going to have to, because I think we're going to have to play him and Jaime together. Because sometimes we're just too small out there. And Jules can't play the whole game. So I think Jalen Clark's going to be big for us the rest of the season. We just didn't have any time to practice. We didn't know Chris was out until we got MRI results on his situation. So we didn't have a lot of time to prepare to play without him.
Tarek, go ahead.
Coach, noticing Chris Smith before the game, despite the information, despite the news, he seemed in pretty good spirits, with the team. Is that something that does not surprise you? Can you speak to his attitude before the game?
Well, Chris is an unbelievable. So no, it doesn't surprise me at all. He's got tremendous maturity. He's such a team guy. He's still going through shock probably. Games at 5 o'clock, and he found out early. I was with him and the medical staff. We broke the news to him before shoot around today. But no, it doesn't surprise me at all. He's mature. I'm probably more upset about it than him. He actually had to put his arm around me, so he'll be back. But it's tough for me, guys. Tough for me to even coach today.
Mike Regalado.
Hey, Coach. It seemed like you guys had a little bit of trouble trying to get the ball into the paint early on, but it seemed to eventually work out for you. 38 points, 7 of 12 from Riley and Hill. Can you talk about what you guys did under the basket to try to get some points?
Yeah, I mean, God, look, Mike, we wouldn't have won without that. You go 3 for 15 from 3. Give a lot of credit to Colorado. Look, this game got real physical early, and it was just that way on both ends, the whole game. Cody and Jalen adjusted better to that as the game went on. And obviously getting 38 points in the paint and getting ourselves to the foul line enough to get enough points to win, right? Because we didn't get anything going from behind the arc. But I give credit to Colorado. I mean, they're a top 25 team, 22 in the Ken Palm coming in today. That's how, nothing against voters, but I look at the Ken Palm. So, because the numbers don't lie. So and they're a veteran team. They play hard. They're well coached. So it was going to be hard, but we would not have won if Cody and Jalen wouldn't have gotten some really tough physical baskets around the paint. So it was huge for us.
Rick, go ahead.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Mick. Can you talk to us about your defensive effort tonight? It seemed like the intensity of the team was up.
Well, I think, I was frustrated the other day, and then you watch the film. I just thought, and I said this in here, Utah just played really well. Team's first games as a coach, you got to mature and look at the truth. And they made some hard shots early, and whenever a team stretches you out, it makes your team defense. And I thought what you saw today, Rick, we really said, you can't do that. And if you'd have been courtside, you could have heard us as a staff really trying to, yelling at those guys to get in our team defense and not play one-on-one. Because, teams, if you let kids play one-on-one, today's player, the way that you're allowed to half carry the ball, it's hard to guard anybody, almost impossible. That's why the pro games are teams score 120, 140 like it's nothing. So I do agree, Rick. We were a better team defense today, and we're getting there. It took us a while to get there last year, But I definitely thought our team defense, we forced more jump shots. And then it was a challenge to box this team out. They play hard.
Did you think you took a step forward today defensively?
Oh, yeah. I think everything's a learning process. Now, again, like I said, we're going to have some guys play more of a bigger role because, you lose it. Chris coming into today, he was our leading defensive rebounder, and obviously first team all Pac-12 player. So, it's like there's going to be a process of, those guys getting more comfortable, and get more playing time. So, whether it's Jake and Dave, and especially, I think, like I said, Jalen Clark's going to have to play with Jaime some for us to be big and strong enough to get done what we need to get done.
Let's go back to Ben.
Mick, I apologize for the timing of this question, considering this just happened, but do you think there's a chance that Chris comes back? Because obviously he wanted to bolster his NBA standing and only got a handful of games this year. Yeah,
I think, Chris and I talked about this a lot. He made the decision to come back. I had multiple teams call me when he did it and tell me that they were surprised because they're used to kids making the wrong decision and then go undrafted or get cast off as a late pick. They were really impressed with his maturity of his decision. So obviously this stinks, but he'll be fine. He's got no cartilage damage. Today, in 2021, it's just going to be a matter of time, and he'll be fine. And so he's probably played his last game as a Bruin. Obviously, if something was to change that, obviously we'd welcome him back. But I don't think that's the case. Our focus is going to be, like I talked with him, he's got a game to play now. When teams go to meet with him and do physicals with him, they got to be impressed. He's got to pull a Terrell Owens. I think the guy rehabbed from an injury like this in like 3 months one time. And the way he's built, unlike his coach, he's a long, great athlete. He'll bounce back quick.
All right, let's wrap it up with Tarek.
Coach, Johnny Juzang, he's just so good at that middle range shot. I'm curious to know what you think about that shot. Obviously, maybe you don't even care because it goes in, but, that's always kind of an interesting shot analytically. I'm curious to know what you think of that game style and the way he scores.
I think you got to take the best shot. We don't tell our guys not to take pull-up jumpers that are wide open. We believe in open man is the go-to man. So analytically, we have no problem with that if you're open. We don't want to take a challenge shot, whether it's a 15-footer or a 3. But Johnny's learning. He's when you got a guy that's a scorer in nature, and you're coaching him, you don't want to take his aggressiveness away, but he's also got to realize there's a time to get fouled, there's a time to assist. And I still think he's still getting comfortable in his role with us.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach.
All right, guys, thank you.